In every courtroom, there comes a moment when excuses end and reality speaks louder than words. Today, we're watching the moments where parents walked in ready to argue, but Judge Vonda B gave answers so clear, there was nothing left to say.
Judge Vonda B court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1002, Green versus Green.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Green, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I don't have any of my paperwork with me, but basically I need to get child support. I don't have a job right now. Elle's working, but now that we're separated, I recently filed for divorce, so I can't support the kids when they're over.
All right, guys, buckle up for this one, because today's case is a perfect example of what happens when reality collides with responsibility. We've got Mr. Green, who walked into this courtroom fully expecting to receive child support from his wife, only for Judge Vonda B to immediately make it clear that is not how this works. And trust me, what follows is a full-on educational moment wrapped in a reality check. As the layers peel back, we start to see the real issue isn't just about child support. It's about accountability, employment, and someone who might be more hopeful than prepared. This case isn't just legal. It's personal, emotional, and at times, unbelievable. Let's get into it.
Does these children live with?
The kids live with me, Your Honor.
They're also at my place on the weekdays.
On weekends. They come see you on weekends, okay?
Weekends.
Okay. Weekends. So you're a non-custodial parent.
No, your judge.
Excuse me?
I said, no, your judge.
No, you're a non-custodial parent, which means that she should receive the child support benefit, not you.
See, I'm honestly new to this whole thing. I'm not sure how it's supposed to work. I just know that, I'm currently, if I don't have a job right now, I can't take care of the kids when they come over. I mean, I can barely afford.
Wait a minute.
I can barely afford to keep myself in an apartment.
You have common sense though, right?
I'd like to think my mama gave me common sense. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then you should understand that if the children are living with her, and just because you're unemployed, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be paying her child support if the children live with her.
Yes.
When Judge asks who the children actually live with, everything becomes painfully clear. Mr. Green is trying to request child support even though he's the non-custodial parent. And that's not about feelings, it's about legal definition. Whoever the children live with most of the time is the one who receives support because they carry the majority of daily care. So when he pushes back and says, "No, your judge," it shows confusion about how custody works, not defiance, just misunderstanding. But watch the judge's tone here. She's not attacking. She's grounding him. If the kids live with her, support flows to her. And the moment she asks if he has common sense, the whole courtroom shifts. That's the judge making sure he understands what's at stake, not just for him, but for his kids.
And that doesn't apply to you.
I can't really find a job in my career because.
What kind of career do you do? Make this good.
I'm a mechanic, but it's hard to do what I do.
You cannot find a job as a mechanic?
Yes, your judge.
What type of mechanic are you?
I work on mechanical bulls. It's not very easy for me to get work because right now there's just not a lot of bulls needed in the wintertime. It just doesn't happen.
Okay,
so right now
you can find something else, right?
That's what I keep telling him, but he's very picky about the job.
Well, and I have to explain to her all the time that all mechanical items aren't the same, all right? Like, I can't just work on a car because I wasn't trained that way. I went to school. Like, I don't have the opportunity.
Oh, it's getting better. You went to school, so you have a skill set, right?
Yes, ma'am, I went.
So you can use it for something other than mechanical bulls,
yes,
correct?
like supporting your kids.
This is where the emotional temperature changes. Mr. Green explains that he's a mechanic, but not just any mechanic. He works on mechanical bulls. And his argument is that because this is a niche skill, he can't just go work on cars or find similar employment. But the judge zeroes in on the core issue. The children still need support, regardless of his preferred job market. It's a hard moment, because we can see he's not trying to run from responsibility. He just feels boxed in. But the truth is, parenting doesn't freeze when work gets inconvenient. The judge pushes him to broaden what work means right now. It's not about pride. It's survival for his family. This is the first moment where it becomes obvious. This case isn't about law. It's about reality.
What's going to happen today, you're going to be ordered to pay her child support. And it looks like you just stopped working in July.
Yes, I did. I did quit in July right before I filed for divorce.
You quit in July right before you filed for divorce because you felt like you wouldn't have to pay child support. You really thought that she was going to pay it to you.
Maybe, I'll throw myself on the mercy of the floor of the court here, honestly, because I thought that when you are separated from a loved one and you have kids, you're supposed to pay child support. That's what I was told. My daddy paid child support. I know how it works.
Oh,
I'm just saying, I thought she would.
Then comes the part that really stuns the courtroom. He reveals that he quit his job right before filing for divorce. Now, whether he intended it or not, that timing suggests he believed reducing his income would prevent child support obligations. And judges see this all the time. When a relationship breaks, some parents try to reduce financial responsibility by reducing earnings. But the law isn't built on the income you choose. It's built on the income you are capable of earning. The judge connects those dots immediately. She's not angry. She's exposing the pattern. And the moment she asks, "You really thought she was going to pay?" is when everything hits him at once. This is where accountability stops being theoretical.
Excuse me? What's going on here? I'm making my ruling and you are speaking to someone else that is not a party to this case. Who is that?
Just a friend trying to help me out.
Okay, well, obviously, sir, you going to come up here and help him pay child support?
Wait,
okay, thanks.
You're judge, am I paying child support? I can't afford.
To stay back
if I'm
here.
asking for child support, how can I pay it?
How? After you listen to me, and I tell you what the amount is. So your gross is $3,800, which brings your net to $3,112.11. Yes, grab a Snickers because you're going to be here a minute. Health insurance reimbursement to mom is $167. So based on that, I have your total child support monthly obligation of $945.03. That's to be paid every month.
This final ruling is where everything becomes real. The judge calculates his child support based on his previous income, not his current unemployment. That's standard practice, because the court can't reward a choice to stop working. His monthly obligation? $945.03. And when he reacts with shock, asking how he's supposed to pay, she gives the only answer possible: get a job. Then, the room shifts again when she realizes he's whispering to a friend off-screen. And she handles that instantly. If someone wants to influence the case, they must also share the responsibility. This moment is a reminder. Court is not a negotiation of feelings, it's a ruling of facts. And today, the facts landed hard.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand because I thought I came in here to receive money, ma'am.
Well, you thought wrong and I just gave you my ruling. So any other questions?
I have no questions. I'm good with this.
Okay. All right. If there's nothing further, did you have something else?
He always has something else.
Okay.
if you know of anybody hiring, I would love a job.
Okay, well, I think there's a bar that has a mechanical bull. You can go see if they need something done with the bull over there, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Reality hit fast in this case, and Judge Vonda B made sure the message was clear. Child support is about the children, not the convenience of the parents. Whether the job market is tough, specialized, or uncomfortable, responsibility doesn't go away when circumstances change. Mr. Green didn't walk in here malicious, just misinformed. But by the end, he understood. The law is structured to protect the kids first. And that's exactly what happened today. If this case opened your eyes the way it did ours, drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom moments that reveal what justice looks like in everyday life.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Moore,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my husband, or I'm sorry, ex-husband, we have a mutually beneficial agreement with our children where he keeps them at night and I keep them during the day.
Okay.
But my job no longer allows me to stay home with them during the day, and I would like for them to go to daycare now during the day, and he does not want them to.
Okay, how old are the children?
2 years and 18 months.
Okay, and you already picked out the daycare you want them to go to and everything like
Yes.
that? How much is it?
It is $500 a month.
$500 for both children?
for one child. So it's $1,000 a month for both children.
Oh, okay.
It's a nationally accredited daycare.
Okay. That's not bad for 2 kids. What's your opposition to that?
All right, guys, buckle up because this case is a perfect example of how co-parenting agreements can fall apart the moment real life changes. Here, we have a mother who just wants to put her 2 toddlers in daycare so she can return to work, and a father who says the kids should stay with family because he believes daycare is full of germs. Now, on the surface that sounds like just a disagreement. But watch closely, this isn't really about daycare. It's about control, communication, and what happens when 2 people are still emotionally reacting to each other instead of working together for the children. And Judge Vonda B is about to step in and force some clarity where there is none.
I was invited, but I don't really want my kids in that daycare. I don't want to be in that
What's
daycare.
wrong with the daycare?
They're full of germs. For starters,
this courtroom is full of germs.
Okay, but children germs, they're next level.
Okay, do they disinfect the daycare?
I don't know that.
They do.
Right, you don't know. So you haven't even had the opportunity, you haven't taken the opportunity.
This moment tells us everything. He's rejecting daycare, but notice, he hasn't actually evaluated it, didn't attend the tour, didn't ask questions, didn't research. In family court, judges look for effort, not feelings, not assumptions. And right now, the father's position is based entirely on fear, not facts. When he says the daycare is full of germs, he's expressing anxiety, not evidence. And yes, caring parents worry, but the court must ask, is this decision being made for the children or to maintain comfort and control? Parenting is not about shielding children from the world. It's about preparing them to live in it.
If the children aren't kept in a bubble basically all day, that something terrible is going to happen to them. But that's no reason, that's no way for these kids to live. And I have to go save lives every day while he just sits in his living room, hermetically sealed off living room.
That's dramatic.
Well, it's not that dramatic. What's dramatic is he wouldn't even show up for this tour at the daycare so he could see that it is a clean daycare. It's nationally accredited. Also, our children would have loved to have seen you.
Okay.
When the mother explains that he's a germaphobe and has been trying to keep the children in an almost bubble environment, it reveals a deeper dynamic. One parent is making decisions rooted in practicality and the other in fear. The court has to consider development, socialization, learning routines, emotional growth, not just physical safety. Children need interaction, structure, and experience. And more importantly, notice what the judge is doing. She's listening, but she's also assessing who is being reasonable. Reasonableness wins in family court more often than emotion.
You just do. There are some things that you guys are not going to be able to teach them at home. Not that you can't, it's just you may not have the time to do it. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but I do think it's a good idea for you to go and speak to the teachers, look around the daycare, see about the cleanliness of it and everything like that. And you guys should just work together and co-parent. So the agreement is just going to stand what it is. You guys keep doing your agreement where you have your time with the children, your time with the
Here, Judge Vonda is laying out the core legal principle. The court favors shared responsibility and balanced parenting whenever possible. Notice she doesn't force one parent's approach on the other. Instead, she suggests compromise. Father should visit the daycare, judge it himself, understand it. This is a subtle teaching moment. She isn't just ruling, she's guiding. Family court isn't always about winners and losers. Sometimes it's about pushing 2 people to act like parents again instead of opponents.
Okay, but now I'm paying for the daycare that I don't want them to go to, and I have them at night. She's supposed to be responsible for the day. If they were in night care, I would pay for it. And I just don't see how this is fair. She makes 3 times as much money as I do.
Right, but you guys have been splitting the children, right? You've been splitting the children, and it's not a bad idea. And honestly, that's a very reasonable cost for 2 children at a daycare, because a lot of times, especially the younger a child is, the 18-month-old, it could be more expensive than that. And I think that's fair. Or, I could base, let me see, how much money you make a year? Let's see, Your document says $62,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like for me to base child support that
The father's frustration here is real. He feels like he's paying for something he doesn't believe in. But watch how Judge Vonda responds. She brings numbers, not emotion. She flips the conversation to income, child support guidelines, and legal obligation. When she says, "Would you like for me to calculate support off your $62,000 income?" she's reminding him that the current arrangement is actually saving him money. This is the moment the emotional argument collapses under practical reality. Sometimes fairness isn't about what feels equal. It's about what aligns with law and responsibility.
you pay her off of $62,000 a year? Because I can assure you it will be more than $500,000.
Then no.
Okay, well, in that case, is there anything further between either
No,
of you?
Your Honor. Thank you.
That'll be all? That'll be all from you? Okay, where you all are dismissed.
So in the end, the judge maintains the shared custody schedule, orders both parents to split the daycare cost, and ensures the payments go through the Texas Attorney General so the children's needs come first, not the conflict. The message here is clear. Co-parenting only works when both parents participate, communicate, and compromise. And sometimes, the court has to remind them of that. If this case surprised you like it did us, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more real courtroom moments just like this.
Is Miss or Mrs. Mouse?
It's Miss Mouse. I remarried.
Okay, Mrs. Mouse, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
So my husband, ex-husband, was in jail for a while, and I found out that he is currently making more than $20,000 extra than what he previously stated, and
Okay.
so I would just like some help raising the kids.
Okay, if he makes $20,000 more extra, why did you need to tell me that he was in jail previously?
Because it was not on the record that he was making $20,000 more, and I'm not exactly sure where he's getting it now, but it's fine. I just would like more help with the kids.
Okay, I was just confused as to why you were bringing that up, because obviously if he went to jail, he served his time, and that's not relevant to any money, unless you're trying to...
All right, guys, buckle up, because this case has layers. On the surface, it looks like a simple child support adjustment. A mother says her ex-husband is making more money now, and she just wants some help raising the kids. But underneath, there's history, there's tension, and there's a quiet competition of who's really been doing the heavy lifting as a parent. You're about to see a judge carefully cut through excuses, emotional jabs, and financial shade to get to the truth. And trust me, a few lines in here hit hard. The moment the father's new income is revealed, everything shifts. So watch closely. Tone changes, body language changes, and at one point the judge calls out a smile that wasn't as innocent as it looked.
$1.
$201,
Yes.
Is that for you and the children, or for you, the children only?
The children only.
Okay, got it.
Yes. And our little girl is about to start cheer, competitive cheer, which of course everyone knows is incredibly expensive. And our boy's about to start baseball, which is again expensive.
Right.
And I pay for everything, the food, the water, literally every single thing. And
I believe every other person that
yes.
is
Well,
in here probably pays the same thing.
Of course, yes.
Let's talk about the children.
Yes. But I would just like a little.
The mother's frustration here is very real. She's listing cheer, baseball, food, utilities, the day-to-day things that people who don't have the kids full-time often forget exist. And notice something. She's not attacking his character. She's not dragging his past. She's simply saying, "I need help." That alone tells you she didn't come to fight. But what makes this moment heavy is the emotional exhaustion behind her voice. These aren't luxuries. These are normal things kids deserve. So the real question becomes, if he is making more money now, shouldn't his kids benefit from that? Because child support is not about punishing the parent who earns more. It's about maintaining stability for the kids. And that's the core of what the judge is about to drill into.
A little bit more, since I know that he's making a little bit more.
Okay, all right, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you have to say about what she said?
So her husband, Joe, makes plenty of money. He
All right.
is a board member on a private equity group.
Okay, what does Joe have to do with this case? Is he the father of either of your children?
No, but they're on his insurance.
All right, so that's a good thing, right?
It's a great thing. So she's not really paying for it out of her pocket, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay, well, it's not required that she pays for it out of her pocket. It's only required that the children are covered, and you're not doing it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're not going to throw daggers in here.
Okay.
You know, you threw a dagger at him, now you want to throw a dagger at her. That's not what this is about. This is strictly about money for these kids.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
can we keep it about that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now continue.
So I wasn't.
This is where the tone shifts. The father tries to redirect by bringing up the mom's new husband and saying he pays the insurance. Now, legally, that's irrelevant. The court doesn't care who pays it, only that the children are covered. But emotionally, this is a classic defensive move. Instead of answering what was said, he points to what someone else is doing, almost as if to imply she's benefiting unfairly. But the judge shuts that down instantly. The courtroom isn't a place for pettiness or point scoring. The judge is making it clear, we stay on the topic of your responsibility for your children. And if he wasn't ready for that conversation, he's about to be.
And I recently got an endorsement to help fund a new gym that we are starting.
Okay, now
Again,
we're getting to the
for
important
children
stuff.
with special needs.
That's great.
Yes, ma'am.
So you said television endorsement, or
Yes,
is
ma'am.
this an endorsement that's
It's an-
not on television?
It
How-
will be. It will be on television,
Okay.
and it will be the endorsement will also be for marketing for the new gym that we are opening.
Great. So with this endorsement, how much money will you be making a year?
So it's not. It will be going to our business. It will be an additional $22,000.
All right.
That, again, we hope to get new equipment and put in handicap ramps and
Okay,
special.
you're saying a whole lot, not answering my question.
Okay.
So how much will you be making a year?
I'll be making $82,000 a year.
$82,000 a year. Okay, that's a nice little piece of money. Okay, and so you do understand that you will be paying an increased amount in child support based.
This father's story here is actually kind of powerful. He admits he went to jail, he admits his life changed, and he explains how he found a new purpose helping children with special needs. That's not just income, that's identity rebuilding. But notice the judge's focus. Not the past, not the emotions, just the numbers. Because once money enters the picture, financial clarity matters. And when he reveals the jump to $82,500 per year, that becomes the legal basis for recalculating support. This isn't punishment. This is alignment. When income increases, support increases, because the children should benefit from the parents' improvement. The court isn't judging his growth. It's adjusting his responsibility to match it.
For a net of $5,482.88. Do you have any other children outside? These are your only two children, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So based on that, I have your child support obligation at $1,370.72. Oh, wait. She pays health insurance. So you know you have to reimburse that to her, correct?
I do not, ma'am.
Well, now you know. You have to reimburse that to her. You're more than welcome at any time to enroll the children in your own health insurance program, but as of today, based on her testimony, it's going to be $201 that you reimburse to her. So when you add that to your monthly child support obligation, it comes down to a total obligation of $1,571.72. Okay, and ma'am, I think that will be more than enough to cover cheer competitions in baseball. And if it's not, I suggest you go do something else in increasing your income.
This is the moment the judge delivers the final figure, $1,571.72 per month. And look how cleanly it's explained: gross income, obligation, reimbursement. There's no confusion, no loopholes, no emotional debate. The judge even reminds him, if he wants to stop reimbursing insurance, he can enroll the children himself. It's a choice, not a punishment. And the amount isn't excessive. It simply matches the lifestyle the kids should have access to considering his new salary. The judge also makes a pointed comment to the mother. If it's still not enough, she also has a responsibility to improve her income. That's balance. That's fairness. This ruling is about shared effort, not winning or losing.
Or whatever it is that you have to do.
Of course.
Okay. Do you all have any other questions or concerns for me before you leave here today?
I think I'm okay.
Why are you smiling so hard?
I just thought it was humorous that his job is reflecting on kids with special needs, and he's just going out of his way to do stuff for kids with special needs whenever he doesn't do stuff for his own kids. But now that he's making an effort to try to help them, it makes me happy.
Oh, well, that's good. Okay, but that smile was snarky. That's not cute. And that won't be tolerated in my courtroom, you understand?
Yes.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you all will be dismissed.
What we saw here wasn't just numbers, it was accountability. A father who worked to rebuild his life now has the means to better support his children. And a mother who's been carrying more than her share finally gets some relief. The judge cut through emotional tension, financial shade, and subtle disrespect to make sure the children come first, which is what family court is supposed to be about. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think the ruling was fair? And should the mother's reaction at the end have been handled differently? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want more real courtroom moments that say so much without yelling, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the next one.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Drummer, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Hi, my name is April, and I'm coming to you today for child support for my 2 children.
All right, how old are your children?
My children, 6 and 4.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm bringing Mr. here before the court today because I need support for my kids. And unfortunately...
All right, guys, buckle up, because from the very first moment in this hearing, you're going to feel the confusion, the frustration, and the emotional chaos surrounding this case. What begins as a simple request for child support quickly turns into a messy mix of excuses, distractions, and personal storytelling that feels more like a social media rant than a legal discussion. And in family court, clarity matters. Judges need structure, facts, and responsibility, not noise. So as we go through this, pay close attention to how the judge reacts every time the conversation starts to drift. Because often, the real story in cases like this isn't just what is being said, but what is being avoided.
He's not providing.
All right. Does he have a job?
Yes, he does.
All right, where does he work?
He's a plumber.
Okay, all right. So he has a legitimate job. He can be supporting the kids, and he won't do it?
He will not.
Okay, well, did you want to let me know anything else before I move over to him?
Yes. His job is to be a plumber, but that's not the only thing he's fixing.
What we're seeing here is something that happens a lot in family court. One parent asks for support, but instead of explaining their current situation, their expenses, and their child's needs, they begin talking about dreams, lifestyle, and public image. Notice how he references YouTube, social media, future income, and personal branding. None of that matters here. The court is only focused on one thing: whether the child has what they need today. Judges need concrete numbers, not promises. And every moment spent talking about music careers and online followers weakens credibility. The judge is listening, but not impressed.
What are you fixing?
Listen, I'm a plumber. I'm a licensed plumber, drummer the plumber. I'm sure you've seen all my social media ads. All I do...
Actually, I haven't.
Okay, well, you should. All I do is lay pipe all day long.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's what I do.
Is that the fixing you were referring to?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not talking about any housework. I'm not talking about any businesses. I'm talking about females.
Oh, okay. Drummer the plumber. All right.
All up and down Oak Cliff.
Okay.
First of all, I don't be in Oak Cliff like that unless I'm working.
I met you at Rudy's. You were fixing their pipe. I met you at Rudy's.
Well, you know what? That don't...
She met you at Rudy's.
Listen. Okay, I every now and then I go from time to time between jobs. Listen, I'm drummer the plumber. Okay, I do a real good job. She's just mad. You know, she didn't start this.
What is she mad about?
Right here, there is a critical shift. The more he speaks, the more it becomes clear that he sees child support as something optional, something tied to his success, his schedule, his projects. But child support does not wait for your career to take off. It is based on current reality, not future potential. When he says he is working on something, the judge hears the child's needs are not your priority. And this is where the emotional weight hits, because children do not get to pause hunger, clothing needs, or medical care while a parent figures things out. The court's job is to ensure the child is stable, even if the parent is not.
I'm teaching a class, and I drive by there because I got a job around the corner, and it's just 2 cars up there. I know the kids can't drive, but, you know, ain't nobody up there. It'd be some bells ringing, though.
Interesting. You know,
And I'm tutoring his other kids, so that's why I'm there late, because he's not there helping his kids. I'm tutoring the first 3 kids.
man, I could listen to you all day, but unfortunately I can't because I have other cases I have to get to, right? So I can't really place him on child support today without him knowing if these are his kids.
Okay.
Well, he said he's questioning that. Excuse me, sir?
If somebody needed some pipe laid, that's all. Let me turn this off.
Okay, so you know what? I'm not about to play with you. So I am going to tell you what I'm going to.
This moment shows the judge's patience being tested. Notice how the conversation keeps drifting from hobbies to equipment to unrelated problems. When you come into court without preparation, without documents, and without a clear plan, the judge has no choice but to step in and regain control. The law cannot operate on confusion. And in child support cases, clarity is compassion because the child deserves consistency. At this point, the judge isn't just evaluating finances. They're evaluating responsibility, focus, and maturity. And right now, those qualities are not shining.
Okay.
You know,
Sir, what pipes were you fixing at Rudy's?
Okay, let me tell you what we're going to do. Hold on, both of you. Let me tell you what we are going to do because I got a lot of seasoning from the both of you today. This is what we're going to do. We're going to reset this case so you can get a DNA test. Go ahead and get it on both, right? So I'm going to order you, get a DNA test on both.
We're going to get Pickles and Pepper Man up here too?
If it's necessary, if you turn out to be the father, we can get the chicken man or the pickle man,
Yes,
whoever we need to bring in here.
Bring the other 3 kids that I tutor and help.
Okay, well, you know what? That's what we're going to do.
They can't read. One's 15, the other's 11. They can't read.
But they fly. They fly. They fly. They got everything they need.
But you buy everybody Jordans. You buy my kids Jordans. You just said.
What's wrong with that?
Okay, well, let me tell you what's wrong. Excuse me.
Listen, I lay a lot of pipe.
Excuse me.
This section reveals the heart of the issue. He believes that helping occasionally, being emotionally present, or having dreams for the future is the same as providing consistent support. But the court sees a different reality, a child who needs stability today. Support is not about who loves the child more. It's about ensuring there is food, housing, clothes, schooling, medical care, and emotional structure. When a parent resists accountability, the child becomes the one who suffers. And this is why the judge is preparing to make a firm decision.
Did y'all need me to leave while you all finished talking? Or did you want to find out these are your kids or not?
I just got a whiff of seasoned salt
Do
that
you
set me
want
off
to
a little
find?
bit.
Answer my question. Do you want to find out whether or not these are your kids?
I do.
Thank you. Do you want to place him on child support if he is indeed the father? Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Your case is reset pending the DNA testing, okay? All right? Do you all have any?
And I don't need you to come over to my house.
No, ma'am, excuse me. Miss Drummer, I don't need you to tell him what he does not need to do. I need you to listen to what I'm saying, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And I need him. No, don't thank me. I need you to go get the DNA testing, okay?
Oh, yeah, I'll get the DNA test.
Okay, gotcha. Understood. So do you all have any other questions about what we're doing here today?
Yeah, just out of curiosity, how's the plumbing at the courtyard?
You know what? With that, we're going to go ahead and dismiss this and dismiss it for today, not in its entirety. You all are dismissed and free to leave. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
That's fine.
Okay.
So when we reach the end of this hearing, the judge has a clear choice. Order structured support that guarantees the child's needs are met, or risk leaving the child caught in uncertainty. And that's what this case teaches. Love, intentions, and dreams are meaningful, but in court, only action and responsibility matter. If this case hit you the same way it hit us, share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more real courtroom moments where accountability meets reality.
You all may be seated. Mrs. White, what brings you here today?
Well, Judge Vonda, nice to see you again. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Nice to see you too. And it's interesting to see you sitting on this side.
Yes, well.
With Mr. White?
Yes, Damien is here today. He's finally back from building that bridge.
Right.
All right, guys, buckle up for this one. Because today we're stepping into a courtroom where karma shows up wearing heels and holding paperwork. Last time we saw this couple, she was defending him, standing on loyalty, defending love, talking down on his ex, and refusing to take accountability. But now, everything has reversed. The same woman is back, but she's the one asking for child support. And the irony? The judge remembers exactly how she behaved last time. This case isn't just about money. It's about growth, consequences, and the quiet price of choosing the wrong person to fight for. Let's get into it.
Right, but it's interesting that you're here making a request because the last time you were here, his ex-wife was making a request for child support and you gave her such a hard time.
Well, you know, back then I was so blinded by love and a bunch of other things, and now
Isn't that ironic?
Dollar signs.
Yes, I believe that I have definitely learned my lesson, and karma has definitely come around.
Okay, well, you said it. But
You can feel the temperature in the room shift the moment Judge Vonda brings up the last time this woman was here. Because the court doesn't forget energy. And Judge Vonda especially doesn't forget who came in confident, dismissive, or disrespectful. Back then, this woman fought against child support, defended this man, and even belittled the other mother. But now the story has flipped. Reality has arrived. And the same system she defended is now the system she needs. There's a quiet lesson here. Sometimes we don't recognize unfairness until it's happening to us.
That I no longer have coming in, I need his help.
Okay. All right. And how much is tuition?
Tuition is about $5,000 a year per child.
Okay. Per year?
Yes.
Okay. This better be a pretty great school.
Yeah, it's connected to Yale and Harvard.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, how was the bridge? Because you definitely didn't show up for court the last time.
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Okay.
This is where things get real. $5,000 per child for tuition. That's not pocket change. That's a lifestyle. And lifestyle decisions don't disappear when the relationship ends. See, a lot of couples make choices together when money is flowing. But when separation happens, those same choices turn into obligations. The judge isn't just calculating numbers. She's calculating responsibility. If you choose the private school life, you don't get to switch to the I can't afford it now defense when things fall apart. The court protects the children's continuity, not the adult's convenience.
And that's for both children?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Continue.
Now, I don't understand exactly why my loving wife would think that in combination that we are paying for our children, considering I'm the only one that works. And quite frankly, she does not.
Okay.
And only spends.
That's not
Okay.
true. That's not true.
Ma'am, he's speaking. Okay. So, you guys are going through a divorce.
Notice how he frames it. I'm the only one who works. She only spends. This is where emotional tension peaks, because statements like that aren't just about money. They're about respect. He is dismissing the role she played in the home, the partnership, the family system. But what's more interesting is her silence. The judge watches carefully, because in family court, character and tone speak louder than receipts. Whether or not she worked before, the reality is simple. When you have children, both parents must contribute, financially, emotionally, or both. That's not negotiable.
Okay. Now, let me explain to you how that affects you. You're definitely going to have to get a job.
Oh, I do have a job.
Well, you're definitely going to have to continue working that job. Because if you notice, his child support is only about close to $1,400. You said tuition is about $5,000 a year per child.
Right.
So after he pays child support, he does not have to give you anything extra. You understand that?
Oh, I completely understand.
And you understand that you will be covering the difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're okay with that?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Is there anything further? Sounds pretty straightforward.
This is the turning point. The judge makes it clear his child support covers his part. Once that amount is paid, he doesn't owe the extra tuition difference, and she will have to work to cover the rest. This is accountability in real time. The court is not punishing him, but it's also not rescuing her. This is what equality looks like in family law. Both parents carry weight. And when she nods and says, "I understand," that's growth. That's the moment where pride drops, reality stands up, and responsibility becomes shared.
For it to me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything further?
Can I just let you know that I do have a legitimate job, okay? Like, I have my own hair care business. It's starting
I thought that was a question for me. Are you talking to him?
Well, I'm just letting both of you know that I do have a legitimate job.
Okay,
you
great.
know, and it's doing pretty
Congratulations.
well.
That is wonderful. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
At the end of the day, this case wasn't about who won or lost. It was about learning that love can cloud judgment, but consequences clear the view. She came back humbled. He stood firm. And the judge kept the focus exactly where it belongs, on the children. No villains, no heroes, just life unfolding honestly. If this case hit you the way it hit us, drop your thoughts below. Was this outcome fair? And make sure to like and subscribe for more emotional, revealing courtroom moments just like this.